So we are building a currency converter. I gave you two assignments, a currency converter and a temperature converter. Then for the currency converter, I said there will be an input, there will be a select tag, then there will be option where you are converting from. So naira or dollars. So you put your country currency there. Then where you are converting to, copy. I'll just copy all of this, paste. A button to click on. When you click on the button, if you convert it and put the result inside this div. So user will tell us, you enter a value here, click, select where you're converting from, select where you're converting to, then click on the button and put the result in a div. So what you're going to do is that we come here and open our script tag. So give this an ID so that you'll be able to use the ID to know whatever the user entered here. Currency. Give this an ID in order to know whatever the user selected here. From. Give this an ID in order to know whatever the user selected here. So let's display the three of them. On click of this button now, convert currency. Colon, you've created a function called convert currency. Console log the three of them. Currency.value, console log from.value, console log to.value. Go to the browser, check the results there. So enter a value here, 10. Convert $10 to naira. So this is the currency, this is where you are converting from, and this is where you are converting to. So instead of getting the value as either naira or dollars, ordinary text, I want to do the calculation. Next is, we want to use an exchange rate of let's say 1,700 naira to $1. So in order to make that easy, like I said earlier in our previous classes, that will focus more on simplicity. So what I'll do is I'll give this here a value of, to start with, I'll just say ngn, and for a start, I'll give this USD. Let's do this. Just look at the from part. I'm here to edit this too. Just focus on this part, this select. So if I type 20 here, then when I click on, let's say this, notice this part. This is USD because I selected USD. So that means it's no longer using the text inside this place. Now it uses the value attribute of the option. It is the value attribute. If I selected naira, this will be let me clear my console. This will be ngn now, no longer naira. Sorry, someone wants to join the class. So it will no longer be naira, it's going to be the value attribute. So we're going to take advantage of that to do our calculation. So since we said our exchange rate is 1,700 naira to $1, so I'll put this, the value of this to be 1, and the value of this to be 17 for 1 for naira, 17 to dollars. Also, the value of this to be 1, and the value of this to be 17. Sorry, someone wants to join. Okay, so the value of this to be 1 and the value of this to be 17. So we can now easily say that whatever value the user entered here, let's assume the user entered $10 to Naira. 10 multiplied by where you are converting to. The value of dollar here is 17 divided by where you are converting from, which is 1. So if I'm converting $10 to Naira, that becomes 10 times 17, and that's going to give me 17,000, which is fine. Let's say I'm converting let's say 34,000 Naira to dollars. So our input, we enter 34 here, that's 34,000. We enter 34,000 here. Then multiply by where you are converting to. You are converting to dollars, that's 17 divided by where you are converting from. I'm converting from Naira. So 35, where you are converting to dollars. Yes. Then multiply by this. So 35,000 Naira to dollars should be that should be division. Sorry, someone is raising up hand. Benson, you can ask your question.
I don't understand why. I thought it should be the other way around, like $1, 1,700 Nairas.
Yes, $1 equals to 1,700 Naira.
Yeah, and even in the values in the option spaces, it should be $1 to 1,000 Nairas. Yeah.
Okay, now for 1. Okay, yes, this is why it's getting confusing. Thank you. 1,700. Yeah, you're right. Thank you so much. You're right. So if I'm converting from 34,000 Naira to dollars, it's going to be 34,000 multiplied by where you're converting to, which is 1. You're right. Divided by where you're converting from, 17. So this should give us $2 now. This should give us 2 at the end of the day. Also, if you're converting from dollar to Naira, let's say I'm converting let's say $20 to Naira, that's going to be 20 multiplied by what you're converting to, that's by 17 divided by where you're converting from. You're converting from dollar, the dollar here is 1. So that's going to be 20 times 17, that's going to give you 34,000 Naira. So the idea is that whatever value the user entered here, this value, multiplied by where you're converting to, divided by where you're converting from, and that gives us the result. So let's implement that in JavaScript. Thank you, Benson. Let's currency value equals to currency dot value. Let's convert from let's convert to let's result equals to currency value multiplied by where you are converting to, that's convert to, then divided by where you are converting from, convert from. So next is we'll now find a way to put the result here. Let's give this an ID of display. So we come here and say display dot inner text equals to results. So this should give us what we want. So let's say I'm converting 20,000 naira to dollars. So here is the result, 11.7 something. Let's say I'm converting $5 to naira. This is going to give me 8,500. So let's say I'm converting 34,000 naira to dollar. 20. So let's convert from naira to naira also. Of course, it's also to give you the same results, and of course, dollar to dollar also will give you the same results. Right. So this is the solution to the assignment I gave. There are other ways to achieve these results, many other ways, but I think this approach is simple, and it's not outside everything I've taught you. Everything we used here is within everything I've taught you in the past, in the previous classes. So this is for the first assignment. Then for the second one, I asked you to build temperature converter. So it's almost the same logic. Temperature converter. I just copied the HTML part of this. Oh, okay. That's it. That's it. Again. Inputs. Let's enter value. Give it an ID over phone. Select tag option. Kelvin, such as then just copy, paste. So let's look at the conversion rate of Celsius to Kelvin. So 1 Celsius equals to 274.15 Kelvin. So value 1, value 274.15, value 1, value 274.15. Now the logic for Celsius to Kelvin is this: if you are converting 1 Celsius to Kelvin, that's going to be 1 plus 274.15. So in this case it's addition, not multiplication. It's going to be addition. If you are converting 2 Celsius to Kelvin, that's going to be 2 plus 274.15. So let's write the logic also. I will have a button, convert, display, then open the script stack. So this already has an ID. On click of this button, convert temp. So let's get a function called convert temp. Convert temp. Okay, let's input value equals to var dot value. Let's font value equals to font dot value. Oh, now there's a little here. We are here to assign IDs to this select tag. So give it an ID of font. Give it an ID of tool. So now we can use font dot value now and we can say let to value equals to to.value. So if you are converting from one to another, now let's look at something interesting here. Let's result equals to, let's do just like we did that one, input value plus to value minus from value. Input value plus to value, that means if I'm converting 10 Celsius to Kelvin, 10 Celsius to Kelvin, that becomes 10 plus Celsius is 274.15 minus Kelvin is 1, and that should give us is it 283.15 or so. To 3.15. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, this is correct. So we are just using the same logic that we used there. The value, whatever the user entered here, plus where you are converting to minus where you are converting from, and that will give you the result. So let's try to do the same thing, and let's see the results. Display dot inner text equals to results. So 10, oh sorry, this is another page. What's the name of the file here? Temperature converter. Okay. Temperature. Yeah. So 10 from Celsius to Kelvin. Now see what's going on. We have minus 173.1444. So what's really going on? Where's the problem coming from? Let's discuss that together. Where the problem is actually coming from. Now the thing is this, remember in the last class I explained to you that whenever you are using plus to join strings together, it concatenates. It is not going to add. And also I also explained that whatever you get inside input like this comes to this place as strings. This is a string. Even this is a string because whatever you put in, this is a string. In fact, it sees these things as strings. It sees all of these things as strings. So this is going to concatenate. There's now try to subtract from.value from the concatenation of this. So that means, let's say I entered 10, then plus this plus to.value, it will instead of adding, it will concatenate them together. So what we can do is that we need to find a way to convert these things to numbers. In fact, we don't really have problem with this part because this is subtraction. The main issue is these two. They need to be seen as numbers, not as strings. Not as strings. So we can wrap it with a number function. If I have, look at something, let's go to this console. If I say number 20, this 20 is in quotes, but it's converted to the number format. Now it's saying it as an integer now, not as a string again. So the number function converts whatever is inside it. If it's something that can be converted to a number, it's converted to its number format. It takes away the string, like it changes the data type from string to number. So that's what we're going to do for all of this. We change the data type of these ones. Number, just wrap it with number. When you wrap it with number, it changes the data type to number. We do the same thing with this also. Number. Like I said, this isn't so compulsory, but please do, because let's show that everything will be in the same data type. number. And when you run this now, it will give you the results. The results we want. Let's say 20 Celsius to Kelvin. Celsius to Kelvin. I think we are making the same mistake we made the other time. Yeah, we are making the same mistake. 274.15. This is 1. 274.15. This is also 1. Yeah. So, sorry. 20. Okay, Celsius to Kelvin. Yeah, we have this. Good. Then let's say Kelvin to Celsius. Let's say 500 Kelvin to Celsius. We have this. Let's do it if we are right. 500. Oh. Kelvin. Okay. 500 Kelvin to Celsius. 226.85 Kelvin. Yeah, 226.85. Any questions so far? Hello?
Hello, sir.
Yes.
My question is there any other way we can still convert that string to number aside using that number?
Yes, there are different ways we can. Another thing we can do is in JavaScript we can put plus here. I think we used to do something like this too. Oops. But anyway, me, I love using number format, but we can also do something like this. We used to force the data type to be converted to number. Yeah. So let's say found that and double click. Oh, Kelvin to Kelvin. Found that Kelvin to Celsius. We have this. So we are forcing the data type to be converted to number. This is another way we can go about it. But anyway, like I said, I love using the number format instead. Then I think another problem I observed the other time was, and this is the same problem here, this here. We might want to reduce it maybe 2 decimal places. We can just do that to get by saying to fixed. So convert it to fixed to fixed. It's converted to 2 decimal places. This 2 means 2 decimal places. So if you go to the browser now, and we have this. So we have this instead. Any other question? So, okay, I think I want to say something.
No question, sir.
Okay. So these are some of the ways you can. In fact, also this solution can be achieved 2 other ways. Another person can write the same code. I think the person that someone submitted an assignment and the person made use of if statements, and it's fine. In fact, maybe if I want to do this, I would have also used if statement. But I use this approach because I've not taught us if statement. That's how I use this approach. So there are different ways to achieve it. Look at this one now. To convert this, we use number, then we change it to this plus plus, and it also works fine. Some people also can use the pass int to convert it to integer, or pass float to convert it to float, depending on what you want. If you want to deal with decimal number, you can. For instance, I can use the pass int. Pass int. What I mean is this. Let's turn it into the console so that you understand what I want to say. If I have a string here, and I say that pass int coming, I think it's the other way around. Pass int. Yeah, the other way. Pass int 20. So we can do the same thing here. So forcing it to be converted to an integer. The major thing is just for you to know what you are doing. You can use different approaches to solve the same problem, and that's why programming is so interesting, because 50 persons can write different codes and they will all arrive at the same answer. Just know what you are doing. We have this. Any other question? Another question. Minus 2 to 3. Minus 2 to 3. Oh, I think there is a little it removes the .15 at the end of everything. So the .15 because of this pass int. Yeah, because of this pass int, it assumes this results with what's coming 0 0 pass float. This floating numbers are decimal numbers, so I think this one should handle decimal better. Pass floats 50. Yeah, this is handling the decimal part better than the pass int. The pass int is not handling the decimal parts the way I would have loved it to. So this pass float is doing that for me. Pass float, the difference is this. Let's go to the terminal. I mean this place. If you say pass float 20, check the results. That will be 20.0. What's pass floats 20. Come in. Plus pass floats 15.2. 35.2. 35.2. If we do the same thing with pass ints, I wrote perfect. So can you see this is giving us 35? It's not handling the decimal points better because this here has removed this 0.2 out of it. The reason being that this is a floating number, this part 0.15. This is a floating number. So when you pass it to pass int, it will remove that float part of the floating numbers are decimal numbers. It will remove that decimal part of it and change it to an whole number. Please, are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right. So that's why I changed it to pass float. So because the part of the values we are dealing with here, this is a decimal number, this is a decimal number. When you pass this on to pass int, it will, if you 0.5, it will just change it to 1 2 3 for you without the 0.5. So that's the problem with pass int, which is going to affect your answer at the end of the day. So this is your temperature converter and your currency converter. In the next class, we go to if statements. And with if statements, you'll be able to do more things in JavaScript. You'll be able to do some things based on some certain conditions. And in fact, that will give us the ability to even do better things that we are currently doing. Thanks for coming. No assignment today, just go and relax. The next week, come to class and be prepared for assignment.